It was 50 degrees yesterday. All right, let's try that again. Now, on Friday, I had asked you guys to send me some questions to more or less get some practice with some new software in a computer that I just got. And that's what you did, so let's just jump right into it. Patrick asked, what's the name of the new software and how long does it usually take me to do my videos? The software that I'm using now is Final Cut Pro 10, or X. In the past, I've always used Final Cut, but I was using the Final Cut Express, and there is a world of difference between the two. I mean, although they're the same program line, this Final Cut 10 is just, generally speaking, for each video, I was probably looking at around 4 days start to finish, as far as like starting as, putting a plan together as far as what I wanted to show, how I wanted to show it, moving cameras around, getting the light situated, get the actual recording process done, which recording something takes almost twice as long to do when you're just doing it and not recording. Sean asks, how long have I been married and do I have more than one kid? Well, my wife and I got married in October of '98, so that would be 18 years? And as far as kids, we have 2 little girls. Well, the oldest one just turned 6, and the youngest will be turning 3. And this is the one whose voice you hear at the end of every video. Kevin asked if I have any employees or if I'm basically alone in the shop. I have had employees over the years. I think in total I've had 4. And just for one reason or another, whether it was, they were just a slacker or they, health issues or just scheduling, as far as having enough work to maintain, the cost of an employee. For one reason or another, it never worked out. I have basically taken the attitude that I'm done. I'm no longer going to have employees. I'll find a way to make it myself, and if I can't do it, then I'll figure it out. Basically, figure out how to work smarter, not necessarily harder. The second part of this question is, have I gotten any work from boarders or from people that aren't from this area just because of these videos? No, not really, and I didn't really expect it, nor did I really want that. I didn't start making these videos with the intent of trying to use it to garner more work. That was never the goal of why I decided to make these videos. It was just to help help everybody else. Any jobs that I will turn down, I will not do bottom jobs. Nope, I've done too many. I'm not doing that anymore. Do I own or have I ever owned a boat? Yes. When my wife and I first got married, we bought our first sailboat. It was a 30-foot Cal. It was a 1974? I think it was 1974 Cal 330. Loved that boat. I did. We lived on it for 2 summers, and during the winter, then we rented a house in Bayfield. So we lived on it for a couple summers with our dog, and it was fun. It was great. Again, in your 20s and able to be irresponsible. We sold that. We traded it in for a house. So anyways, do I own a boat now? Yes, I do. This is it. It is a 1972 Bertram Moppy 25. Again, 1972 because, well, that's just the year I was born. So why not, right? And it's an awesome boat. I mean, it's been, for the most part, restored. It's got a new paint job, top, bottom, everything else. It's got one major problem though. The interior has been gutted, which that's not the problem. The problem is that it has no engines. Pretty tough to run a powerboat without engines. And unfortunately, I don't have the extra 30 grand burning a hole in my pocket to put engines in here, so, tough one. Do I own any other clothes other than these bibs? Oh, I do have an old pair of jeans that's too small and worn out and... What is the brand of bibs that I am wearing? What is a good way to glue teak? Epoxy. Wipe the mating edges down with acetone first, remove the oils, mix up some epoxy. You'll be good to go. Have I ever made a plug or a mold for making parts? Yes, I have, and I'll include a link to that video right here. Unfortunately, when I was making the mold, I didn't think that was going to be something that people were going to be interested in, so I didn't record that. Turns out that was a mistake. But I do have that topic on my video list, and that will be something that I'll be going through this summer. So yes, it is coming. Should I remove the barrier coat from the hull in order to inspect for bubbles? Basically, no. I guess I run under the motto, if it's not broke, don't fix it. If you're not seeing any bubbles through your barrier coat, there most likely isn't any kind of a problem. I certainly wouldn't go through the hassle of stripping the barrier coat off just for an inspection when there's no sign of anything, any damage. JP Charter asks, what's the best way for removing non-skid or all grip non-skid from your deck? Well, basically it sounds like you're doing it. And as far as another question on here, as far as how is the soft sand holding up that I used on the the 2 boats that I did were restored last year, it's holding up great. No issues whatsoever. It's got a good traction. There hasn't been a single issue. So, thumbs up, soft sand. Benoit asks, best maintenance for teak decks. You know what, in my opinion, just let them gray out. I don't like having a coating of any kind on your decks. You know, a lot of people want to have, or they want to maintain that, you know, that nice brown teak look. But the fact is, you know, eventually, we're all gonna get a little bit gray, just embrace it. What I really don't like is, you know, putting any kind of a film finish on there, because that really defeats the whole purpose of having a teak deck. You know, the whole purpose of them is to give you traction, regardless if the deck is wet or it's dry. Teak is awesome in that respect. It is a little bit of a maintenance. You know, every few years you gotta come back and maintain the caulking, you know, between the seams. But that's about it. Other than that, it's a pretty much hands-off type covering. Now, as somewhat of a happy medium, you could come back and use, you know, apply like a teak oil. You know, that'll help maintain that brownness, you know, throughout the summer. But it's a pain, to be honest. The teak, you would have to oil that teak pretty much every 3 to 4 weeks to maintain that. Otherwise, it starts to just gray out, and then you've got patches of brown with patches of gray, and it just looks like crap. So my personal opinion and my preference is just embrace it, let it be what it is, and let it gray out. What are my feelings on doing a video on different types of core material? Balsa, foam, honeycomb, etc. I feel pretty good about it. Actually, it's already on the list. So that will be coming out this summer. Sam asks, he's got a 17-foot whaler and he wants to refinish the hull. Should he paint or should he gel coat? Well, I did a video on those two different materials not too long ago. I'll include a link for that right here. But generally speaking, roll and tip, paint it. Unless you're equipped to do the gel coat work, you're going to get a lot better results with paint rolling and tipping. Now you can also spray some paints, but there again, unless you know how to spray paint and you're good at it, you're going to get a lot better results rolling and tipping. So that'd be my suggestion. Ooh, what's he get? Yep, pedal's holding up pretty well. Ow. He's a little warm. Anyways, on that note, I'm going to button this up and get out of here. It is Sunday, almost 5 o'clock Sunday, and I still need to get home and get this video edited and spend some time with my girls. So, as always, I want to thank you for your time, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. If I get a lot of good feedback on this, maybe I'll do this more often. But in any event, questions, comments, as always, leave them down below in the comment section. And until next time, thanks for watching.